guys, today's going to be something a little bit different, something me getting a little more personal, talking about my own personal manifestations. So today's going to be, I think I'm going to start it as a series. So today is July of this year of 2022, and all the best, most exciting manifestations I've had so far this month. And I think, you know, something you guys can enjoy and connect with and really get to know me a bit better, get to know, you know, that I actually know what I'm talking about a little bit more, just give you guys a little more proof that, you know, I'm a good coach and everything. I'm not just like talking out my, you know. So yeah, do thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more of these like personal stories of mine, my own experience of manifestation. I have quite a long list, so some of them I will just briefly talk about and then move on to the next point. If you do have any questions or you want to know specifically how I manifested one of these points, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to clarify there. But because I have like 20 things to talk about, I'm not going to go in depth. And yeah, if I do feel like anything needs to be explained or I want to say more, I will. And do check out my coaching Instagram. I do some short form content and reels there. It's called LOA Coaching, linked below in the description box, just got a notification. And yeah, I offer one-on-one coaching. So if that's something you're interested in and you'd like to get one-on-one help with me for any kind of issues you have with your manifestation, then do get in touch with me. I'd love to help, and let's get started. So I'm going to start with the first week of July because I make a note every week of my manifestation list. It's just a really good motivational way for me to keep on track and yeah, keep track of all my own successes, and it's really fun. So yeah, first week of July I have quite a few. First point is that I had my first paid coaching client. I had my first official coaching client, and yeah, obviously I'm not going to get into details. It's personal information of the clients, but I was so excited when this person reached out to me and literally like paid me straight away and was like, I want to book this with you, like I really connect with you. I thought, oh my gosh, it's finally happening, because when you start a business or something, you get your first client, it's very exciting and kind of unexpected. But yeah, that was one of my manifestations, one of my affirmations. It's to do with my kind of online social media career, and I specifically affirm that I have paid coaching clients. And I'm very specific that I added in the word paid because I'm like, I could have, you know, technically clients or have people ask for help, but I wanted it in the business context where, you know, they're paying me for the service. So yeah, I got my first paid coaching client, which is very, very exciting. And then I also, in that first week, had someone reach out. A second offer came in with someone saying, you know, I'd be interested. Can you let me know more information and stuff? So that was very exciting as well. And obviously something I had affirmed for, and it literally came true very, very quickly. So next point is something I've touched on, and I scripted that I won £150 from a specific prize draw, and I literally won that the first couple of days of July. And it was as a result of literally just 10 minutes of affirming, isn't it wonderful? And I do affirm, oh, got something in my eye. Let's ignore that. I won £150, which I was like, you know what, 10 minutes prior to this, I'm going to do Isn't It Wonderful? And I affirm for money in general. So all of that combined really, really helped. So yeah, that was really exciting. And that is a significant amount of money. It's not just like someone handed you a £10 note, you found a £1 coin on the ground. Like I literally won quite a significant amount of money in terms of like winning a random prize draw, right? So next is that my dad entered it as well, and he won like almost double what I did, and he affirmed for it as well, but it was his first time ever affirming, so I thought that was very, very exciting and unexpected. Like it's not, I don't want to say random because everything is consciously created, but it felt really random, like really, like it took us both by surprise. So next is a little bit of self-concept manifestations. A man literally was walking in front of me and he apologized to me for not moving out of the way because we were walking towards each other. You know, you or the other person or both will do something to get out the way, move and be like, oh, sorry, that's a very British thing to apologize on the street. But literally, we weren't even like walking towards each other, he was just walking near me, but because he didn't give me enough space to pass without having to move as well, he literally walked past and was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, this is such a reflection of my self-concept because I affirm that everyone treats me like a goddess. And this is literally like you know, when you revere a goddess or like some really high up figure that you have on a high pedestal, a queen, like you would apologize for not, you know, making something convenient for them. So I thought that was quite a funny reflection on my self-concept, because it went beyond the normal polite apology. It was like him genuinely being like sorry for him not moving out of the way so I had an easier route. I thought that was just a funny little thing to know. And this one's pretty cool. I might have already mentioned this, but basically I write a weekly scripting list of things, usually random things I want to manifest. And I added in that I received a free white orchid, and within 2 weeks of me writing this, so 1 week later than I intended, but still within 2 weeks, my mum called me and literally brought me not a big plant, but like a medium size, but still small, white orchid plant. Like it was, I'm looking at it right now, it's literally exactly what I wanted. It's a little bigger than my previous one, but it actually works perfectly on the windowsill. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is the second time I've manifested a free orchid. So moving on to the second week of July, so for work, I affirmed things like my work day is always so easy. And my manager reached out to me and literally told me like, oh, if you're bored of any work, if you're bored of any accounts, then, you know, just let me know and we can pass them on to somebody else. And so I gave him a little list, and it worked, it happened. And I affirmed that my work day is always so easy. And I literally just had work taken off me for no reason. So next thing from the second week is that I got my third paid coaching client. I did in the end get a second one, which I didn't mention because I said someone reached out, but I did get my second paid one. And then in the second week of July, I also got my third paid official coaching client, which was very exciting. I was in shock that in 1 month I had, you know, 4 people reach out to me and already 3 paying clients. I was like, wow, I can actually make a business from this. Like, this is working. I can't believe all the effort I've put in and the time I've waited has finally paid off. And my affirmations are working. Like, it was working very, very quickly in July. And then, okay, moving on to the third week of July. First thing is something to do with my appearance change. And I set an intention, and I kind of just decided like I'm going to work towards manifesting better hair. And I just kind of intended it. I didn't really affirm for it or consciously manifest it necessarily, but I set the intention that that's my goal, that's what I want. And literally the next morning when I woke up, my hair looked so much smoother. It looked shiny, it looked pretty healthy. It just looked really good. So I was like, oh my gosh, it worked overnight. I did nothing different to my hair. I didn't even affirm for it. I just set the intention and was like, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to focus on. And I'm going to put more effort into it, and I'm going to spend more time affirming whatever. And literally the next morning, my hair just looked really good. So another point in relation to my social media career is that I do consciously and like every day, regularly, consistently affirm for Instagram success and just being an Instagram influencer, just having success in everything I do there, whether it's just posting a story, just being able to connect with people better as well. And so I was affirming for I think my affirmation is that I'm the most successful Instagrammer. And after I did that, literally within 2 days, I started getting loads more followers than normal. I think I gained like maybe 20 followers a day for a couple of days, and like consistently gaining them, which is quite a lot for a daily amount. So I was really happy with that. It's more, usually I get like maybe 7 or 8 a day. So I definitely noticed like the influx of followers. So I was like, this is 100% thanks to my affirmations. I've dedicated a little more time to affirming it. So yeah, amazing success there. And another point in relation to YouTube, which I also affirm for, you guys might have noticed quite a few changes around my channel. And I saw that because sometimes I'll check my metrics, see how I'm doing, see, you know, what videos people like, what they don't like. And I saw that my watch hours overall, the amount of time people have spent watching on YouTube, had decreased. And I don't remember what time period this was, whether it was on a weekly basis, weekly comparison, or monthly, but I saw that my watch hours had gone down, and specifically on some videos. So I was like, okay, I need to affirm. And then I just affirmed for it, and I set an intention that my metrics are all increasing. and they started growing much faster. Like literally, I think it was the next day. It was in the period of the 3rd week of July, but I'm pretty sure it was the next day my metrics started increasing, my watch hours went back up. It was perfect, and it happened practically overnight. And final point is again another awesome career-related manifestation. I got invited to my first PR event in years. I haven't been invited to an event with my current social media pages and accounts. It was for previous ones that I had attended events, but this one was really amazing because I was a brand reached out to me specifically, and I was one of like, it wasn't just like, oh, we have this event. They literally said, Alexa, we want you to come, we're inviting you. And it was like a brand launch. It was so exciting and fun, and it's such a perfect manifestation because it's the sort of thing I want for my social media career, to network, to experience it, you know, just connect with people in real life, experience those exciting events. And I got invited to my first one, so I was so happy, and I know it's because of I've been affirming like almost 30 minutes a day for my career, so I know it's all starting to unfold now, and that was just another perfect manifestation. And now moving on to the final week, I have about 50,000 points here to mention, so I'm going to go through them as briefly as I can. Like I said, if there's anyone that you want more clarification on, let me know in the comments. I can like type out my answer there rather than wasting time in this video and making it an hour long. So, final week of July. I feel like my successes are only going to increase more and more. My lists are going to get longer and longer, and this is proof of that. But I got my 3rd paying coaching client, which was, wait, why did I say that? I said it already, didn't I? Okay, no, okay. Scratch that. I don't know why I wrote that in that one. I already got my 3rd paying client 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I wrote that wrong. But next, this point actually did happen in this week. All of my weekly Instagram metrics were increasing, because sometimes you can check your insights on Instagram, specifically if you have a creator profile, and they were all just in the green plus percentages. So happy to see that growth. And also the newest YouTube video that I had uploaded within that week, like the first 2 days of the final week of July, if that makes sense, I uploaded a YouTube video. Of course, I do it like every day, but this one did really, really well. It was like the top video of all the previous 10 videos or something. And I just remember that all of the metrics immediately were much higher than usual. And next is something quite funny and interesting. I'll talk more about this in future videos, but I've started kind of talking about anti-aging, and I've been affirming it for like an anti-aging effect. And basically I got inspiration from other success stories. I started affirming that I age in reverse, which I can let's do that again. I can explain more in another video, but that's something I've started affirming for myself. And for the first time in a while, even though I was buying alcohol, but for the first time in a while, I got ID'd at a shop. I was trying to buy a bottle of wine and I got ID'd. So I was like so excited. I was like, yes, of course I'll dig through my bag and find my ID. Thank you so much. And then that same night I was going to an event, so I brought my wine with me, and I was already so happy with that result. I was like, this is a sign that my affirmation really works. And then at the party, people were asking, you know, how old are you? And I told them like, oh, I'm 28. And all of the people that I was in the little group talking to, they were like, you don't look 28 at all. So I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. So I might even like manifest a younger age, but we'll see about that. But the point is, everyone literally was like surprised. They were like, you don't look your age at all, which means my affirmation already started working. And next point is something to do with my self-concept. So something sometimes I'll rampage, and one specific point that I said this time was that men turn their heads to look at me as I walk down the street because I'm just so beautiful. In rampages, you want to exaggerate with your affirmations, so that was just a fun little self-concept point. I don't really care for that to happen. It was just about building my, you know, confidence, helping me... ice cream man. So it was just about helping me feel confident, getting to that bad bitch energy, and just improve my self-concept. I was like, this is a really fun thing to say and maybe it'll happen. And what ended up happening was that a man was staring at me as I walked by, like as I was walking down the road, and there was a man walking in a garden, and the fence was quite low, so, and he just was like staring at me as I walked by. And I take it to mean something positive about my self-concept, because I rampaged that, so you know, why wouldn't that be a positive thing? And then a man was driving his car, and he was playing quite loud music, so I looked at him, and he had already passed me, but then he looked out of his window and turned back to look at me. So I was like, okay, he's checking it out from both sides. And I was like, this is obviously, he's like interested in me or something positive, because why else? There was nothing weird about how I looked, so I took it to mean something positive. And I was like, oh yeah, men stare at me as I walk down the street, duh. So next point, that was a joke by the way, but it was like, you know, I was affirming for it for my self-concept, so it was a really funny reflection of that. And what else? Oh yeah, a taxi driver where I was just getting a taxi somewhere. He was asking me if I'm a model, which obviously is a compliment. And he was like, yeah, he was like, oh, you have this really Eastern European look, which again, I take as a compliment. You know, are you a model? So I was like, perfect. Like positive attention from men kind of relates to what I was rampaging about. And okay, next point is more about appearance, but something that I've rampaged in the past and kind of started to affirm, but literally like 3 times in my life I've only affirmed. So I've literally only affirmed this like 3 times in my life, but just it's more for fun again, to exaggerate my self-concept. So I will sometimes say that I have the body women would pay £1 million for, $1 million for, you know, whatever currency you want to add in there. But it's just a fun way to kind of cover your entire appearance, where it's like you have your dream ideal body, because it's your entire body that women would, you know, want to get surgery to look like. Not condoning surgery or changing your appearance, having to look like someone else, but it's the concept and idea of looking so gorgeous and beautiful that women are like, I want to look like her. Like for example, Kim Kardashian apparently has a lot of women taking pictures of her face to the surgeon and being like, can you make me look like Kim? And that's a compliment. I personally think she's really, really gorgeous. So for people to say something like that to you, or for you to see something like that happening, I think is a major compliment. But one of my friends actually joked with me, and she was like, oh, I'm just going to take a picture of your nose to my surgeon. Well, not my surgeon, but she's like, when I go see a surgeon, I'm going to take a picture of your nose to show him. And I thought that's the biggest compliment ever. Like, wow, what? But it's literally reflecting exactly what I was affirming. And it's so funny, I never expected anything to come of that, or for any woman to tell me like, you know, oh, I'd take a picture of you to my surgeon. Like, it's crazy, but it's also perfect, because manifestation works every time. And okay, final few points is that one of my friends, or no, multiple friends complimented my cooking, were like, the recipes you make are so good, the recipes you post on Instagram look amazing, and I just feel like I've been cooking more naturally from recipes. Like I'll get inspired and be like, I want to cook a really good dinner, I'm going to go out and get all the ingredients, or I'll just improvise with what I have at home, and it always turns out amazingly and looks really, really good. And I get a lot of compliments on, you know, the meals that I post on my Instagram. So something that I scripted is that I've mastered cooking from recipes. And it literally worked. It's almost perfectly here as my reality, and it happened unexpectedly, unplanned. I did not attempt to improve my cooking skills, it just kind of happened. And yeah, so that was really, really fun to see. Now, final few points is about TikTok and YouTube. So I've started TikTok, where I post basically the same content as on Instagram, but I started getting literally hundreds of views on all of them. Considering I only started it about 2 weeks ago, I think that's really, really like major growth. So some of them have thousands of views, and they all have at least a couple hundred like views. So I thought that was really great growth. And also my past 3 YouTube videos that I uploaded in the final week of July, all were the top video out of the past 10 uploads, meaning that the metrics were all the highest out of the past 10 videos as a comparison. So that is another amazing sign that my channel is growing and thriving, and very much thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. And that completes my list for July. A very long video. I will try and narrow it down as best I can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was inspirational. And yeah, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!